Hey, Cappy Seekers. Welcome to April and welcome to the Existential Shift. It was an absolute focus, and then as soon as I pressed play, it went out of focus, and now I got back to focus. What is it that is blurring your sight? Is it smoke and screen, smoke and mirror, or is it screen of tears? Your sight is correct. Your eyes work fine. But something is in the way, like when there's a picture or a frame, you get a new frame, but the plastic glass of it is covered with this layer of see-through nylon-ish. And if you don't notice it, you put the painting behind it or a picture behind it and it seems weird, foggy. It takes a moment to be like, oh, right, I need to peel it off. Peel it off so you can see clearly. The painting is what it is. The picture is what it is. The person is who they are. The situation is what it is. Don't willingly hold yourself back from recognizing it, them, whatever the case may be for you. There's an eclipse in Aries on the 19th or on the 20th of April. It squares you. Could be something in the home front or from childhood or your ancestral line that is being emphasized by it. Sorry. I feel like it will make you see something clearly. Maybe you weren't aware that there was a fog or a screen. Being colorblind but not knowing you're colorblind, so thinking that those are the colors of the world. I see an eureka moment for you, a realization of something for what it's worth, I don't know if it's good or bad. That's very subjective to your situation in your life, Cappy. But it is meaningful, transformative even. Ooh. A Chariot. Love seeing this. A Chariot brings into this reading, especially because it's the first card out, a lot of life force, a lot of chi, a lot of energy, a lot of focus and discernment and knowing what you want and where you want to go. This could denote travel or move, or travel for a move. Maybe travel by land or travel by sea with the Chariot, but because these are general readings, I would say an airplane is also a possibility. Could be news from far away. Sorry, I feel like I just want to fix it properly and then it won't bother me. There. The place you used to call home is no longer home. No longer feels like it. No longer acts like it. No longer gives you the comfort and the warmth it used to give you. Places and other people transform as well. It's not that it's bad or has ill intent. It's just the chemical compound no longer interacts harmoniously with you. Temperance, which is ironic because this is a card that speaks about taking seemingly different compounds and making them work together. So maybe the love is strong enough to keep the glue, or to maneuver the energies in ways that do make them work. And maybe you're just focusing on integrating aspects of yourself that used to be fragmented, contradictory, and now you want to not give up on this or on that. You want it to work well together. You want your need of a home and stability and groundedness to vibe well with your desire to travel, to explore, to change, to learn. And you're finding, if that's the case, you're finding ways of making it work together. By taking the wheel, not letting these contradictory forces, energy, people, situations pull you in their inertia direction. You understand what I mean? Rather, you set the rhythm and the tone and the direction. Maybe you didn't want to meddle with how people are, or what a situation is. You wanted to honor their nature, but what if they themselves don't honor their own nature and they just need a little bit of help? Now, all the megalomaniac narcissists who disguise themselves as empaths will be like, yeah, I know better than them and what they need. Yeah, no, stop. This is for very few that it applies to, that don't approach this from a place of wanting to control the other or make someone feel something they don't truly feel, but tell themselves that, they know better. Oh. Page of Swords in the reverse. Someone is saying so many nonsense, but they deliver it as if it's something very spiritual and meaningful. My haters are like, it's you. Why are you watching? No, but seriously, there's someone around you who's like, has very little knowledge, who is mentally and emotionally possibly unstable, who's petty and competitive in a way that, it's one thing to be competitive when you have a skill set or talent and knowledge so that you bring to the table and are able to compete with. It's a whole other thing to want to win based on nothing. It's like people want to be famous. Okay, what do you want to be famous for? I just want to be famous. Yeah, but what are you bringing to the world? What is your talent? What is the craft? What are you doing that you want to be known for? I would be embarrassed being known for something I don't know anything of or know little of. Anyway, so this person gives you the headache. And they might, put on a really good or impressive persona or not or appearance, like they're able to but in order for people to fall for this bullshit, to believe someone knows something just because they keep saying that they know without actually speaking the knowledge itself to show that they know, and whatever the case may be, they gotta be numbnuts themselves. So, maybe if they're fooled, so easily fooled by it, let them, and maybe it's not the environment you want to focus on, right? Let it go. Don't try to educate people. Help them see what they should see. Let it be. If you feel like some people in your life are being fooled by someone and you can't help them see, maybe they want to be fooled. If it's so easy for you to see it, right? And they might be willingly turning a blind eye. Maybe this person gives them something that they need, right? Maybe they ignore the red flags or the obvious issues because they get something out of it. Maybe they're not as silly as you think. Maybe it's worse. Maybe it's purposeful. Maybe they keep this person around over greed or over ego, over vengeance, you know. Um, Maybe a school is letting a teacher who is exceptionally lacking in knowledge and somewhat deranged teach their students and give them power over them and responsibility over them. And they put these students, under their care, not because they don't know how inadequate they are, but because they get something out of that teacher's presence. Maybe they bring a level of status. Maybe they work for free. Maybe they make the school look bigger than it is, so on and so forth. Sometimes you want to assume that people can't see something because they don't have the ability to see. So because you'd rather them be dumb than ill intent. Unfortunately, sometimes people are not dumb, they're just ill intent. You know, they purposefully ignore things that and they pretend to not know. Because if they tell you that they know, then what kind of a person would it make them to be? The person who, for this example, lets that kind of a deranged person have responsibility over students, you know, and that means that they don't really care as much about the students. They don't really care as much about the essence of what they teach. So, if that's a situation you resonate with, or worse, if you do it yourself, wakey wakey. Maybe they're not who you think they are. Maybe you are not who you think you are. I'm dealing with a lot of grief and fear right now, so if normally I'm no fucks given, today all gloves are off. Not that I ever punch with a glove. Like, what's the point? The whole point is to strengthen your knuckles. If you only practice with gloves, then you don't know how to do it truly, if God forbid you'll need to. It's the things we tell ourselves. I punch a punching bag every day 100 times, 500 times, 1,000 times. Yeah, but you do it with your fatty, comfy gloves. Try punching a punching bag, same amount of times, same strength that you put into it without it, and see what happens to your knuckles. I used to do that for years. When I started learning karate, I would practice on a punching bag. And obviously, if you spar and you're dealing with other people, you want to wear gloves for their safety. Like, that's basic, of course. But with the punching bag, would never wear gloves. And at first, especially the first few months, I would always bleed from my knuckles. My skin would completely tear off and blood will come off. And people thought it was gross because it would leave blood stains on the punching bag, but I would always clean it. So, like, what? It's clean. What's your problem? It's okay. It was there, now it's gone. It's all good. Anyway, but over time, the skin stopped peeling, the blood stopped coming out because it got used to it. How many things we do that make us feel a certain way about ourselves that are actually halfway through, or just us telling ourselves what we want to hear. Maybe utilize this nonsense person as a reflection and as a reminder and as a catalyst to consider, where do you do that to yourself? And let go of them and let go of these aspects of yourself, right? Show us more, please, for Cappy for April. The Fool. Freedom. Freedom of the need to prove anything to anyone. even to yourself. Freedom to make decisions based in desire and passion and recognition of what it is that you want. Wait, let me see if I can improve the light. Maybe. Freedom from what will they think? What will I lose? What will it mean? Who will I be? Who cares? Let me tell you something. No one cares. They're busy in their own issues. You're going to make this and that decision, this and that change, whatever. Everyone is, if they hear about it or know about it, they're going to be like, huh. And then they're going to go straight back to chewing their own brain with their own issues and their own pain and their own changes and their own obsessions of what will people think about this and that. No one cares. Not because they don't love you. It's just they're not obsessed with you as much as you're worried that they are. Or as much as you secretly hope that they are, but tell yourself that you're worried that they are. Oh my god, this is a read. If you're still here, Cappy, good job. Leaving the nonsense, starting completely new. Clean slate within the self. Pack light. Four of Swords. I feel like this new beginning with the Fool here requires a lot of rest. Like a restart. Because you can't do this new thing or be this new person or have this new approach without processing the old and letting it out by first processing it, resting, you know, go to sleep and have the bad dreams and let the psyche express itself and leave your system. I see that you're just, it's not even a decisive thing. It's like you just can't handle the bullshit anymore. You just can't hold on the mask anymore. And you're saying fuck it. And you stop, you know, trying to explain yourself and you just go take a nap. Ignore the text, ignore the email, ignore the conversation, just ignore. I'm not judging. This seems necessary. Bottom of the deck, the death card. Yes, change is about. The next phase of the journey is here. And these are forces larger than you, larger than me, larger than tarot, larger than all of it. And they come to take what they come to take, and they come to transform what they come to transform. All you can do is gather the wisdom that you've attained throughout your life and be water, my friend. Just flow with it. You don't have a choice. A reminder that life keeps going, the sun keeps shining. That water flows, fire burns. You have 10 fingers and 10 toes and a nose. And people die, and then people are born. And there's old age, and then there's childhood. And in the midst of all that, you gotta find a way to put up a smile. Even if you're also crying, you can cry and smile at the same time. People always think it always has to be this or that. Do you know how exhilarating and liberating it is to do two contradictory things at once. It's cathartic to cry and laugh at the same time. Okay. So here is the new birth. Some of you, it's literal childbirth. Ace of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. If you are looking forward toward an actual child being born, May seems to be the season, Taurus season. I see a very powerful birth of something new and passionate and grounded. Could be a new home, a new child, a new project. It's going to bring a lot of joy, a lot of fulfillment, a lot of stability, regular joy, and waking up with so much energy and looking forward toward the day. Like really this childlike anticipation, working on something you're super passionate about, planting a garden and seeing how it blooms. Like something, this also is vitality and health. If you are feeling unwell and you're taking a rest or a medical procedure, I see a very fast, positive recovery. But honor your body, give it what it needs. Really, really focus on the nutrition, on the vitamin D with the sun here. Go out to the sun as much as possible. No, sitting next to your window indoors and bathing in the sun gives you no vitamin D because the vitamin D that you need can't get through the windshield, the glass. It has to touch your face. Remember, we're peeling off windows and glasses and smoke screens. You gotta let it touch your face. You gotta feel it, right? Queen of Pentacles is Taurus. It's the senses. Ace of Wands. It's the senses. You gotta feel it. You gotta feel the warmth of the fire on your skin. You gotta feel the water, the breeze, the soil. Grab it with your hands. Drop those. Dig with your hands. Put your feet on the ground. It's like a complete flip from the first part of this reading to the second part of the reading. I would say from the 19th onward. You might be starting a new job. You might be moving into your new home. You might be starting this new relationship. This could be conceiving. You might be getting pregnant and you don't even know it. I'm seeing a new child. Maybe it's a new pet. Could be a pet for some of you. Four of Wands. A celebration, a home, an engagement, a partnership, moving in together. So, wow. This reading just took a wonderful turn. I guess it just needed the guidance at first, and perhaps if you listen, it will make room for all of this. So let me fix my bangs. It's driving me. Okay. Mm. This is looking really good. It's like celebratory, stable, fun, loving, committed, loyal, passionate, so much fire, so much desire. Great sexual interaction, by the way, sexual chemistry. Someone is really seeing your worth, or you're seeing someone else's worth. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, etc. You need to walk away from something in order to experience this, all this beautiful yummy energy on the table now. It could be an aspect of yourself, it could be an approach, it could be an attitude, it could be ego. Um, and it could be a person and it could be a place. That's I do see like a lot of blessings happening together simultaneously. A home, partnership, finances, family. It's like it's all gonna come in really fast, Knight of Wands. It's gonna come really fast and offer itself to you, and there will be no doubts. This will be something that seems very passionate and fiery and fast, but it also comes with genuine intent of building something that lasts. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Cups. I mean, this is beautiful. Wow. Okay. Ten of Cups, Hierophant, the Death card, the Magician, and the Empress. It's a new life that is based on what is truly aligned with your nature and what is good for you, and what you've worked really, really hard to manifest within yourself. You had to go through a lot of breakdowns of your character and of your wants or what you thought you wanted. You had to be peeled off many layers to get to the core sense of self. And from there, you started manifesting things that are actually in alignment with you. Hence, the universe started delivering. You kept planting seeds in the wrong soil. But now, finally, you plant the right seed, the right soil. So nature helps it grow. Otherwise, it just resists. It had to keep yanking the seeds from the wrong soil and force it to move. But now, as you find your place, as you find yourself, as you find your person, as you find your job, as you find your purpose, as you know, it just flows so easy. There's alignment with community, with individuals, with the spirits of a place. It just works. There's no effort. Just Ten of Cups, just water and flow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful reading. 7 days free trial over on Patreon. Link is below. Utilize the Tarot Masterclass Bunkai classes. Utilize the Karmic Shift and Liberation that I have there for all the signs. Daily rune messages. Hope to see you there. If you wish to reciprocate this reading by purchasing it in retrospect, you can do that as a way of claiming it or honoring the message. Up to you. Link to do so is below as well. And thank you in advance. Stay magic, stay true.